Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afrobeats All Access Podcast, your gateway to the vibrant world of Afrobeats culture. I'm your host, Carlo Dwyer, popularly known as the Afrobeats connoisseur. And on today's episode, I'm going to be chopping it up with a very special talent. He's a singer and songwriter called Okereke Blessed Jordan, born on the 2nd of August 2000, known professionally as Yarden, and he's best known for his single Waiting, which went viral on TikTok, landing him a debut on the turntable charts, next emerging top artist for a total of about 17 weeks. I'm going to be chopping it up with him and get the inside scoop on how he got started, career highlights, some of the challenges he's faced, and his future plans. But before we get into all of that, I want to let you guys know to take a moment to remind you to like, share and subscribe, as it helps get our numbers up and gives us the opportunity to do this bigger and better. You can also follow us on Instagram at Afrobeats All Access Podcast. Now, welcome, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for joining.
Good to be here. Yes, sir.
At such short notice, I'm really grateful because, like, I have to admit, I came across your profile for the first time. I usually tap into all the new, releases in the Afrobeats culture, and I saw your promo video with Tavez, the new single that you just dropped called Ifoma, which is a smash, by the way. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, I saw you guys, doing your thing, and I thought, hey, who is this guy? I've never heard of Yarden before. So it then made me kind of research more about your music, and so I actually went into Apple Music. I checked out your stuff, and I stumbled across your EP, The One Who Descends, and I heard the track Wait. When I heard that track, I was blown away. I was like, I felt bad. Like, I was like, I call myself the Afrobeats connoisseur, and I've not heard of Yarden. I mean, what's going on? So that forced me to kind of, look into more of your music and just check you out and find out a bit more about you and stuff like that. And I was really impressed. You're super talented. So for those watching and listening who don't have any idea who you are, please can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who is Yarden?
Yeah, Yarden is an artist from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm from Abia State. I'm Igbo, and this is for the Nigerians in diaspora they understand,
Nice.
and basically I just make music. I make feel good music, and I make music inspired by like nostalgia, music that feels like you've heard it before, but you're not hearing it with a new spice. I get my influence from Michael Jackson. Grew up listening to a lot of Michael Jackson when I was like young, and I
Nice.
started in the church, and that's what I'm really proud of, because starting in the church kind of like makes you, you know what you want, you know what the elements that you're looking for. Music, the director is always harsh, you're always like straight to
Yeah.
the point. So I had that, I had that streak. So when I'm working with producers, I'm like, oh, this is what I want. So at that background of listening
Yeah.
to a lot of like high life, gospel,
Mm.
like a lot of things, a conglomerate of different type of sounds,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like shapes, shape who I am as a person, because I like to, try things. I like to, sometimes you might hear my like for instance, like Wait is inspired by Fela No Water No Get Enemy, it was inspired by
Nice.
that. Yeah, the chords there were very calm. So it's like
Yeah.
instead of doing something that because the way I sample is like I sample in a way that even the original artist wouldn't know that I sampled
Yeah.
his song.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's my thing, and I
You know,
love doing that. I love making new stuff out of
yeah.
stuff that's already there, to a point
Yeah.
where you can't even trace
Yeah.
it. So
No,
that's what
that's
the
really,
person that Yarden is.
yeah, no, that's thank you so much for sharing that. And that's really interesting because I was going to ask you a
Hmm.
bit about your what inspired you to pursue a career in Afrobeats, who your biggest
Hmm.
influences have been, What's your
yeah,
creative process like? And you just mentioned like Fela, you know, being I would imagine Fela is probably a big influence on your sound. You mentioned Michael Jackson,
hmm,
and then you know you're talking about some of the key things that you do, you know, because that was the question I was going to ask you, you know, like when you're writing your
okay, yeah,
songs and when you're putting together your
hmm,
tracks. You know, what's your creative process like? How do you get into the zone to make this beautiful
okay,
music?
okay, yeah, yeah. So like the creative process is really simple. Like it's not something really grand, but I feel like maybe because it's like my thing, so I'm not really putting too much thought to it. But when people see my process I'm very into, I'm dialed in when it comes to the sounds I want. Like sometimes it's I'm surprised, like I know people don't even know that, I produce most of these records myself, or I kind of like
Oh, for
organize
real?
it. Yeah, I know if this person is good at like saxophone, just bring him in, and stuff, because I can't do everything myself. So I just
Yeah,
like, I play the chords. Yeah, I play the chords. I have the idea of the chords.
yeah.
um
So is
then
that
call
all
out my
from?
friends, and
So you see, how did you get into sort of music, like production? You mentioned like you started in the
mm,
church. So were you kind of like playing
yeah.
instruments in the church, or you know, how did you get to
Oh
the
yeah,
point
yeah,
where
yeah.
you started like pursuing music as like a full-time, you know, career?
Yeah, I was like I was in church 13, like moved, and I was in the church, and I was like I was in the choir,
Hmm.
and it kind of like made me have this love, like this renowned love for music. Now there's a there's a, there's a different part when you like listening to music now, and you like
Hmm.
making music, you like creating
Yeah.
music. So that was like that point. And
Hmm.
then I moved to, like, I started school. I went to
Hmm.
Yaba College of Technology. So I was doing a lot of like raps then, because there was like rap battles,
Oh
like,
yeah.
and yeah, I just loved the art, and again the whole nightlife, like it feels like
Okay.
the business of Lagos. Then in
Yeah.
the night you see creatives come alive. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that whole, it kind of like gave me that love for
Yeah.
making music. So I was doing a lot of
Yeah.
collabs,
Hmm.
like, because I know I didn't have the money, so I'll just reach out to people that I know that they have the money but they didn't have the
Yeah.
talent. So I'll just like,
Yeah.
let me write for you, or just jump
Yeah.
on my song. I would
Wow.
just touch everything up. So that was
No,
like where it became like
it
a
started.
thing for me.
Wow, that's really interesting. Like you mentioned a couple of points, which I kind of knew from the brief research that I did that you know you kind of were into rapping before or hip hop, and
Mm, yeah.
you also so ahead of the curve. Like even all my questions that I'm about to ask you, you're literally preempting every one of them. So it's like you know you guys are like the new generation of artists that are coming out. You know you guys are so forward thinking, and you know just big
Mm,
shout out to the new crop of Afrobeats artists. So the question I was
yes,
going to
sir.
ask you next was if you could
Mm,
collaborate with any artist, past or present,
mm,
who would it be and why? And I saw that you collaborated with Tavez on your latest single, Ifoma. Can you tell
yeah.
us a little bit about some of your collaborations and also how the collaboration with
Okay.
Tavez came about?
Okay. Like, first thing first, before like Taze fans come from my head when they see this interview, the
Yeah.
pronunciation is Taze,
Oh, it's
not
Taze.
Tavis.
Oh, my bad, my
Taze.
bad. Taze. Okay,
And so
okay.
so so yeah, it was okay. Like, the first one is, if I want to collaborate with someone, past or present. I think
Yeah.
right now my headspace, I really love to collaborate with like Daft Punk. I love to
Okay.
collaborate with Daft Punk. Because they just have this futuristic but
Yeah.
present vibe about them, and it's very Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, he has that vibe.
Esque. Yeah.
Then I'll love to work with Caveman too, for sure. I love to work with
Nice.
Caveman. Yeah, it's just because I'm a discography type of person, so I just like to have good quality
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so my collaboration process, I just like to, people that fit the song.
Hmm.
It's not about
You want to
who's
work
gonna, like,
with,
oh
say.
yeah, who's gonna like kill it or something like that. I just want people
Hmm.
that are fit, like they are meant for the song. So we were
Lovely.
having camp, like, yeah, we're having a
Mm.
camp. It was me, Taze, Shine, a couple of other like new guys, and I really
Hmm.
wanted to do something like fresh.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just locked in, and it was Kemo that produced it. Like, it was very
Yeah.
fast, actually, like 15 minutes. Like, the song was
Wow.
there, song was created, and Taze jumped on it. Like, Taze was about to go, So
Yeah.
because we made other records, but Tay was about to leave. I was like, just jump on this. Like, doesn't really matter
Yeah.
then. And he jumped
Yeah.
and he gave me like one of the I feel in my opinion one of like his best verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like one of his best verse. Very quick, very straight to the point, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that's how I do. That's how I do my stuff. Like if you say what you need to be said,
Yeah.
and did
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
that was
Now,
it.
shout out to Taves. Now I got the
Yeah,
pronunciation
yeah,
of
yeah.
your name right.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we'll get you on the podcast soon enough.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
In terms of how you think like Afrobeats has influenced like music trends, Afrobeats is really
Uh-huh.
huge in terms of world music right now.
Yeah.
What role do you see yourself playing in that evolution? I mentioned earlier on that I see you as one of the almost like new school artists that are coming up, and I made a joke
Mm,
the other day, um, that because I'm so excited by all
mhm.
the talent that's coming through. That it just means for me, like I'm not going to be out of a job anytime soon because there's so many people that I still have to interview, and
Yeah,
you guys are
yeah,
killing it, really. So
yeah,
how
yeah.
what role do you see yourself playing in that sort of evolution of Afrobeats and the way it's sort of spreading to the world at the moment?
Yeah, I see myself as like a as a pioneer of like a different type of movement. Like it matters to me because like it has always been my thing, to create like a community of
Hmm.
creatives, and
Yeah.
again like an outlet, for creatives to. So that's one thing I really want to do. Then
Hmm.
I just basically want the music to spread.
Yeah.
And I just want to do a lot of unorthodox kind of things with the
Hmm.
Afro
Hmm.
music, with African music that you're
Yeah.
gonna hear. Like I said, Daft Punk. So you're gonna hear some type of vibes, like some actual
Yeah.
pop,
Yeah.
records, but they are Afro beats.
Yeah.
That's really what I wanted to do. I want to like diversify the genre to the point
Hmm.
where is like on its own lane.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, that thing where you need to uh kind of like dig deep to find. You understand?
Hmm.
That's what I really want to do with the music and the kind of
That's powerful.
people that we get to feature. You know,
Hmm.
and the kind of people that get to we get to collaborate with. They're not just people that are for the numbers. Like now,
Yeah.
like imagine like the someone getting like Daft Punk on a
Hmm.
on
On a
on like
record.
a collab and yeah on the
Mm.
record like. It's not thought of. You get
Yeah.
me because
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
like, oh, what would
You
Daft Punk do on Afrobeats?
do. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, so all those things are in the works, and I
Yeah.
know for a fact that it's a long term game. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
play the long term game, because
Wow.
it has
Wow.
always
Wow.
been it has always been like even right now how Afrobeats
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
There are people before us that have been sowing these seeds. Then
Yeah.
Kenny's
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
like Fela, yeah. So like
Hmm.
basically that's what I want to do for the game, so that
To
your
push the
your
genre.
name will be, yeah, exactly. So
Remembered.
that my name will be written, yeah, you understand, imprinted in like, oh, this is what Yarden did, like for the
Wow.
game, and yeah, that's basically
Yeah,
what I want to do.
and thank you so much for sharing that. And even I was impressed by your work before, but now that I've met you and I got to speak to you, I'm even more impressed by your mindset and your plans for the future and where you see yourself in the future, like pushing the genre
Mm.
past just the regular sort of type of records. Collaborating with unique artists like Daft Punk, etc. What I was going to ask, and something that's kind of puzzled me slightly, is how did you come up with the name Yarden? Why Yarden? How did that come about?
Yeah, okay. Yarden came up when I was in, I told you I was at school in the Abba College of Technology, and I was
Yeah.
like looking for, because I was like into the rap battles and everything. I
Hmm.
just wanted a name that's gonna like stick, and it's not
Yeah.
going to be like a cliche type of name. So I think we're having like a project, where we kind of like classify things in like their botanical name, like their Latin
Yeah.
origins and all of that. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh, let me see what my name means in like Latin or Hebrew, or So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, well, let me check Hebrew since like, oh, I'm a Christian. So let me just
Hmm.
check Hebrew, and it was like, oh,
Hmm.
Jordan is Jordan in Hebrew.
Right.
So
Right.
it just clicked.
Got you.
And it
Got
means to
you.
like to flow, just like the river, to flow down, to like descend,
Wow.
like
Wow.
waterfall. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just stuck with it, and it was like
Wow.
it's just that
Wow.
kind of thing where you're thinking of something and it just hit
Yeah.
you, and it
Yeah.
just sticks. You just know, yeah, you made the right decision. So that
Wow.
was it. That was it.
That's amazing. And you know what also clicked when you mentioned that, like, you know, Jordan is your English name and Yarden is
Mm,
essentially the Hebrew translation of Jordan. And
yeah,
also it means, you know, the one who flows. So how did the
yeah,
name of your first project, The One Who Descends, come about? Because when I saw that, I was like, yo, this guy is deep. Like the one who descends, like almost like you're
yeah,
this, being that sort of comes down to bless us with, your
yeah,
music,
yeah,
So I really felt
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so like the idea, like even from the trailer, the idea was like me existing in like any state to
Hmm.
show my range, just like water can exist, as liquid, as solid, as
Hmm.
gas. So that was like the whole essence, because like the name like Jordan is like River Jordan, so to flow down, to descend, to
Got you.
come down, to spread your essence. And
Hmm.
what I can use to spread my essence is basically the music, to tap
Yeah.
into like different emotions, to tap into different countries, demography, different types of people, different cultures, and that's what I really love about music, because sometimes I don't even get to step into these countries or step into that mindset. Like the music does
Hmm.
that for me, like
Yeah.
and that's why I like to explore
Hmm.
different cultures. Like in for Wait, like I explored some like French, and
Hmm.
it's crazy because I haven't even been to like Paris before I made
Yeah.
that jam.
Yeah.
And the first country that I
Yeah.
left,
Hmm.
outside Nigeria was
Hmm.
Paris, like was
Paris. Wow.
France. Yeah, you get
I,
so
I
is
felt
is
that, by the
is
way,
it's crazy.
with the French lady talking at the start of Wait.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
confession, I played, when I tell you, like, I had the jam on repeat. Like everybody was tired for me, like, my family. Well, you're playing this song again, like, it was so cool. But I
Yeah.
love that song. It's really good. So I was gonna ask, in terms of your favorite performance, what's the most memorable
Mm,
performance that you've had so far, and what made that sort of special for you?
mm. The most memorable one. I think we have to be the one in Paris. Like
Yeah.
it was a Rugo show,
Mm-hmm.
and like we literally just got to Paris when that show
Yeah.
was about to go on. So I had to like we quickly found like a hotel,
Yeah.
and it was during the election, so there like police everywhere. So like the
Mm-hmm.
whole experience, the build up. I had
Mm-hmm.
to like sleep for like 30 minutes
Yeah.
and come out. Then I come out like, oh, immediately I get there, just like 5 minutes. It was not like Lagos where you still wait.
Mm-hmm.
Or immediately
Mm-hmm.
I went there, I performed, and it's crazy because it was like a shocking moment,
Yeah.
because I have like a big record like waiting already.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's where you're gonna perform. That's
Yeah.
that's when you
Yeah.
want to perform first. Like
Mm-hmm.
people like, oh, is this guy? So when I performed that, it was like, you know, people were like, yeah, oh, they were like, oh yeah, it's Yarden and everything, and the
Yeah.
vibe was just nice. Like the
Yeah.
ladies, and it was Ruger show, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
ladies there.
Yeah.
So the ladies were like
Yeah.
really resonating with it, and
Yeah.
then I performed Wait. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I don't think Wait was like on a million streams yet, like
Yeah.
or maybe it just hit that mark. But like, the reception,
It
I
was wild.
was like,
Yeah.
but what's crazier than Waiting? There's a big record. You understand? Like,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
like, wow. So in this place that people already
Mm-hmm.
know this song, that I
Yeah.
actually decided to like target the French community, because like
Mm-hmm.
I really had that in mind, and that's the one that
Mm-hmm.
resonates with me, because sometimes it's music, it's spiritual, but your
Yeah.
plan may not be how it's gonna go. But this one was
Exactly.
just perfect, it was perfect,
Yeah.
and it was like I just stood, like when I finished performing, I just stood and I was like, wow, it's
Yeah.
like I'm actually
Yeah.
doing something,
Mm-hmm.
right. I just need to just go harder, just do it
Yeah.
a lot more better, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna like penetrate how I want to. So
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience. Even seeing Rugo perform, seeing some of my friends in Paris and everything, like it was amazing. It was amazing. I think
No,
that was like
that's
my
dope.
the most amazing. Yeah,
Memorable
yeah, it
performance.
was
No,
amazing.
that's really dope, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. In terms
Hmm.
of any upcoming projects or collaborations that you're particularly excited about that you can share with us,
Hmm.
obviously you just released the new joint with Taves. I got that right.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Titled Ifoma. Have you got
Hmm.
like any like an EP or an album coming or any
Yeah.
tours or any performances, anything that you're particularly excited about that's upcoming that you can share with us, like an exclusive, basically.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, like my calendar is really like it's gonna be really busy this year, like God willing. But like the first one is already out the window.
Hmm.
The record with Taze and it's been doing really well. It's resonating well with the
Yeah,
Spanish community for some
that's
reason.
a
Like
smash. That's a
the
smash.
yeah, you get so and so the next one, I'm collaborating with like someone from still the French
Hmm.
like the French community
Hmm.
on waiting remix. So that's definitely gonna come
Wow.
out like waiting remix. Yeah.
Wow.
So then yeah, that's it's gonna be big and.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to like penetrate even deeper into the French industry, and
Yeah.
after that I want to just stay within that. I don't want to
Hmm.
just come in and go out looking like I love the community, so I want to do more. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking of also collaborating more with like some French artists.
Artist.
Then
Nice.
then I'm kind of like gearing up to like an album. So
Yeah.
what I'm doing now is like some world building. Let
Hmm.
people start to see the colors. That's gonna
Hmm.
be the theme of the
The
so because
album. Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie that my biggest template, when it comes to rolling out stuff and world
Yeah.
building is The Weeknd and Michael Jackson. I just love how they do it. I love how they,
Yeah.
sometimes they tease some little short films. So that's what I want to
Hmm.
do. Like,
Got you.
even like yeah, I want to do all of that for the upcoming album.
Project.
And yeah, so that's
That's
what I have in store. Then a lot of
uh,
shows here and there, and yeah,
yeah.
that's about it. Then yeah,
Yeah, that's really special. Thank you so much for sharing that. Outside of
appreciate
music,
it.
what hobbies or interests do you like pursue, and what brings you joy when you're not doing
Oh,
music? What can we find
uh,
Yarden up to, basically?
yeah, I love gaming. Yeah, and I love
Okay.
like recently, yeah, recently I love gaming, and recently I developed a love for you know creative directing, like having like directing my own content. Like I used to do that before, but now
Yeah.
I want to do that on a more official. Like let me be hands on.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you see a video now, be like, oh, directed by Yarden.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
So I want to do that just not for myself, for other people. So I have
Mm-hmm.
love for it because I love scenery. I love like
Mm-hmm.
watching a lot of like Christopher Nolan's type of movies, like a lot of
Yeah.
scenery. Like I just love it. So
Wow.
I love doing that. I love directing. I love like putting pieces together, like creating art pieces, and that's something I really want to do. I have love for now is like streaming. Like
Okay.
doing like yeah, I really want to do it
Live streams.
in a way that is like yeah like something like Kaisenet, but like just now
Yeah.
is music themed.
Music
So like
theme. Nice.
it can be like, oh, we're recording stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see, oh, we're recording. We're gonna
Live
have
recording.
like an outlet for like if I'm going through something in the industry and if people like need help and I need like
Mm-hmm.
oh maybe like ideas like advice. That
Yeah.
live stream can just be the place where artists come and so like just like vent. So
Wow.
that's one thing I
Wow.
want to do. Like that's one thing I want to
That's
do.
that's phenomenal. That's a really, 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 really good idea. And I'm
Mm,
fully supportive of that and encouraging you to keep pushing on that. I think you're onto something
yes,
really,
sir.
really big there. So we're gonna do like a rapid fire round of questions,
All
and
right,
I'll ask you a few quick questions, and just respond with the first thing that comes to your mind. So,
all right.
dream venue. If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Tokyo. I don't know. I just
Wow.
love. I don't
you
know why. I just love. I just
you're just a different guy. Like I'm just I'm so blown away.
yeah,
But
like Tokyo, man. Because I watch a lot of anime, so I just love how
okay,
they show things like
yeah,
and I just love the aesthetic of like because I have someone on my team that's gone to like Japan before and he'd
okay,
been in Tokyo, so it's like it's a different vibe. It's like they live in the
yeah,
future, so
yeah,
and
yeah,
they live in the future, but they're so cultural rich.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? It's so
yeah.
culture rich. So and I love when there's a balance. So yeah, Tokyo.
Lovely. Shout out to Japan and all the people in Tokyo. I don't know. There
It's
could be
a
someone in Tokyo watching this, so hopefully you get
yeah,
to
yeah,
visit
yeah.
soon and maybe even perform there.
Hmm.
So yeah, fully behind you
It's
on
a
that one. So in terms of legacy, what do you hope like your legacy will be in the music industry? Like when you look back a couple of years from now, what do you want to sort of have achieved?
uh yeah, man, good music. I always say this, yeah. Michael Jackson didn't come in the era of streaming, yeah,
Hmm.
but his songs are on Spotify like billions. So
Yeah.
I want to do the same. Like the music is so good that even if
Hmm.
they create another platform to stream, my music is
Yeah.
already doing crazy there. People like new generations are tapping into it, and
Yeah.
that's what I want. Timeless music, basically. I don't want music for the trends. I want it when they say, "Oh, then think of Yarden," they think of okay, this person I want to go, just like I'm doing now. Like it
Hmm.
transcends generations. I'm still going back to Michael Jackson to steal some ideas,
Yeah.
to like see,
Wow.
oh, how can I do my rollout? So that's the kind of legacy I want for me, and also the
Wow.
legacy of this an artist that created a platform for creatives to, you know,
Yeah.
to talk about themselves, to like feel free to vent because
Hmm.
most of the time artists and creatives they have to put on a front, like they have to be all smiles for the camera, but it's not like
Hmm.
that behind the scenes most of the time. So I
Yeah.
want to create that outlet for people to treat artists, even though they can be almost treated like gods, like with like
Hmm.
flawless beings. I want them to see them as humans too,
Yeah.
So that's one outlet I want to do, and I want it to be, I want to create the outlets so well that is
Hmm.
ubiquitous in the sense that is normal, is normalized. It's not like something that
Yeah.
is a big deal. I want it to be normal. Yeah. So that's one thing
Yeah.
I really want to do, like with my time.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. And you just constantly keep surprising me with all these responses to the questions. Thank you so much. Now I want to give you the opportunity to speak to your fans. If there's a message that you'd like to share with any of your fans listening to this
Yeah.
podcast, what's a message that you'd like to share with them to all the
Yeah.
Yarden
Yeah.
fans?
All right, all right. Like to everyone listening, and like to my descendants, because I call my fans descendants. Like first of all, I'm grateful for for you guys being on this journey with me, and one thing I'll always say, like I'm a human like everybody, and I just want everybody to like people that are watching me. I want them to whatever it is, whatever field that they are in, like that those ideas, those dreams are like they are valid, and it's
Yeah.
not gonna make sense
Hmm.
till it works. So just keep putting in work every day,
Yeah.
whether it's like whether you don't have the money for it to like to fund the idea, just at
Hmm.
least keep it in writing, and that's one thing I
Yeah.
do, keep it in writing, just keep it alive, just keep the light,
Yeah.
going, and one day for sure, like you're gonna see that glimmer of, oh, you're doing
Yeah.
something right, and it's gonna fuel your desires, your drive even more. So that's one thing I want to tell everybody, and it's just music. It can be anything that you put your mind into,
Yeah.
anything. Just keep showing up, even if it's one person just looking at you. Just keep showing up. That's my
Keep
message to
going.
everybody. Just
Wow.
keep going. Just keep moving forward.
That's really powerful. That's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And hopefully that resonates with someone watching or someone listening. Never give up. Keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
now I'm going to do the last final flurry of questions in no
Mm-hmm.
particular order. Who are your top five Afrobeats artists?
Top five Afrobeat artists. Okay, no order. So yeah,
No order.
Wizkid, yeah,
Wizkid.
Wizkid,
Yeah.
Omale, uh,
Omale. Cold.
Caveman, Caveman,
Ooh.
um, ha, each other person do I really like. No, Thames for sure.
Thames.
Thames.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Thames. I love
Okay.
Thames. So
Okay.
you just remember one person, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Remember one person.
So you said Wizkid, Omalay,
This kid, Omale,
Caveman,
Caveman,
Thames,
Thames. Yeah,
and
and
then one
I'm
more.
trying to think. I'm trying to think who else again. Do I really love? Let me add Rama. Yeah, I love Rama.
Rema.
I love
Okay.
Rama. Yeah, I love
Wow.
Rama.
That was a really interesting selection. So just to recap, that was Wizkid, Omalay, Caveman, Thames,
Yeah,
and Rema.
yeah,
Like that
yeah,
selection couldn't be so different. And I think it's just like testament to kind of how creative you are and how different you are as an
yeah,
artist that, you actually look like, you pick those artists as your top
yeah,
five. Shout out to Omalay. Shout out to all the people I mentioned
yeah,
actually. Wizkid,
yeah,
Caveman,
yeah,
Thames, all
Yeah.
those
And shout out to the
artists.
new school guys like my listeners like Shine, Taves, King Maddie,
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
Timmy, Serotonin, like
Okay.
Kemo, like
Okay.
see, yeah, they're amazing, man. Like they're amazing.
Yeah.
I can't even wait for you know the future of how it's going to be like because there's so many
Yeah.
people doing so many type of music and
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like he's amazing.
Nah.
I can't even
Thank
lie,
you
it's
so much for
amazing.
thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so we've done top five. What's your favorite song or album slash EP that you're vibing to at the moment?
Favorite song. Favorite song right now. Um, gosh, that's like a hard. Okay, favorite song. I think I can break them down because like it's different.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yeah.
song right now that I'm listening to has to be Dreams Fleetwood Mac. That's like my favorite
Wow.
song. Yeah,
Wow.
it's been my favorite song for like almost like a year now. It
Got
has not
you.
changed. Like
Okay.
Fleetwood Mac, but my favorite EP or like project out now
Mm-hmm.
um is um Baby Boy AV. Like it's my
Okay.
brother. Baby Boy AV.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Pace. That's the name of
Wow.
the EP.
The
Pace.
project.
Yeah,
Okay. Shout out to
yeah,
Baby Boy AV. I'm gonna check that out. I haven't actually listened to that album at the moment, but interestingly, like I'm always picking up like, all the dope artists
yeah.
from from these interviews. So it helps me a lot as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. And what's your
Appreciate you.
favorite meal?
My favorite meal.
Meal,
Like
yeah.
yam and eggs. Yam and eggs, man. Yam and
Jeez.
eggs. Yam and
You love
eggs.
yam and eggs,
Like
yeah? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
like crazy. Like that's see.
Any,
You can see I'm in my car. That's what I'm gonna get now. That's what I'm gonna
yeah.
get
Oh
now.
wow, for real. Now you can't beat a
Yeah.
good yam and egg special, man. You know what I mean? So that's really good. Okay, and the
Yeah.
final question: what's your
Uh-huh.
star sign?
My star sign, Leo,
Leo, big
like Leo,
Leo.
yeah, Leo, yeah,
Nice,
big
nice,
Leo,
nice.
like always
Yeah.
pioneers of something,
Yeah,
you know.
man. No, I appreciate that. I'm a Virgo, by
Yeah.
the way, in case you're wondering.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
This
literally,
September
I've got
or
September,
September.
early
Yeah.
September.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
4th.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
So
all right, all right.
Yarden,
Yes, sir.
I hope everyone's enjoyed this interview with Yarden. I certainly have enjoyed it. I mean, we've been through
Yes,
like his
sir.
background, his musical influences, future
Mhm.
plans. I mean, the interview was so different, and thank you so much for coming forward with your honest self and sharing so much with us. I
Yeah.
mean, I've gotten to know more about you as a person, and I'm really, really, really impressed with everything that you're doing and your plans for the future to move this genre forward, and just how different you're thinking. And I think that's highly commendable, and you should be really proud of that.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
just before we go, I'd like to remind everyone, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this
Yes,
channel so
sir.
you can keep up to date
Mhm.
with the latest information and the latest episodes. Thank you all for watching. Special shout out to
Yes, sir.
Yarden for joining us.
Yeah.
Until next time,
Appreciate it.
take care of yourselves and each other. Love, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get into the top stories. Nigerian Afrobeat star Ruga announces a new album and upcoming tour. In a thrilling announcement for fans, Nigerian Afrobeat sensation Ruga has revealed that his highly anticipated sophomore album titled Blown Boy will be released on March the 28th, 2025. This 13-track project follows his successful 2024 collaboration with BNXN and the album R&B. To support this exciting new release, Ruger will hit the road for Blown Boy Rue Tour, scheduled for April and May 2025, with performances lined up in major US cities, including Philadelphia, Boston, and Los Angeles. Fans can look forward to seeing him live at venues such as Brooklyn Bowl and the Fillmore. With tickets now on sale, enthusiasts are urged to purchase early due to expected high demand. Ruger has been actively engaging with fans on social media, building anticipation for both the album and the tour. As he prepares to take the global music scene by storm, fans can expect an electrifying experience from one of Afrobeat's rising stars. Next, Burna Boy wows fans in Kenya at an electrifying Nairobi concert. In an unforgettable night of music, Grammy award winning artist Burna Boy and Kenya's very own Sauti Sol thrilled fans at a spectacular concert in Nairobi, drawing a massive audience at Uhuru Gardens. The much-anticipated show saw an array of performances featuring local and international acts, marked by stunning visual displays and remarkable collaborations. Highlights included Burna Boy's captivating renditions of his global hits, leaving the crowd chanting for more. He also performed his freestyle Lambo, a response to Sophia Abueje's voice notes about the star, promising to buy her a Lamborghini, which went viral recently. Sauti Sol also delivered an electrifying set that celebrated their cultural roots. The event's success underscores Nairobi's growing reputation as a hot destination for top-tier musical performances. Organizers report that the $100 million concert not only showcased incredible talent, but also boosted local entertainment prospects. Next, Burna Boy and Aliko Dangote share Ramadan iftar in a heartwarming gathering. In a heartwarming display of community and unity, Nigerian music sensation Burna Boy was spotted breaking the Ramadan fast alongside Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. The gathering, held during the holy month of Ramadan, brought together the Afrobeat star and the business magnate in a moment of traditional iftar, underscoring the cultural and spiritual significance of this time. Videos of the event captured the two engaging warmly, revealing a shared sense of camaraderie and respect. This meeting highlights the connection between influential figures in the entertainment and business in Nigeria, showcasing solidarity during Ramadan. This follows another high-profile gathering last week where billionaire Femi Otedola hosted Burna Boy, Cecile Hammond, and Wizkid. Next, Wizkid drops the electrifying Kese dance video, stepping into the directing spotlight. In an exciting twist for fans and the music industry, global Afrobeats icon Wizkid has released a captivating music video for his latest track, Kese. This release marks Wizkid's directorial debut, showcasing his artistic versatility and creative vision. The self-directed video is a vibrant celebration of dance and music, featuring high-energy performances and visually stunning scenes that capture the essence of the Afrobeats movement. With Kese, Wizkid continues to push the boundaries, solidifying his place as a leading force in the global music landscape. Next, Shay Vibes' Children of Africa EP tops the Billboard Afrobeats charts. In a remarkable achievement for Nigeria's music scene, singer-songwriter Shay Vibes has clinched the #1 spot on the Billboard's Afrobeats chart with his hit, Children of Africa. This EP's ascent to the top spot underscores the growing global influence of Afrobeats and its artists. Known for its vibrant melodies and poignant lyrics, Children of Africa celebrates the spirit and resilience of the African continent. Now that you're up to date with the new top stories, I'll leave you with the new music, and the Afrobeats All Access Countdown. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.
Everywhere I go, say I love me, I dey find. To heal all the scars, now they choose me, I dey young. Spreading good vibes all the time.
Focus on me, we in this party. Put your body on me.
Every day now I be late with a shameful decor.
La only go, Yarden. Ilahi Obato.
I know the wind go, want to fly to Puerto Rico. Oh my love.
Bondo, bondo, bondo by bondo, bondo.
See me rushing never, you cannot deny me. Now for me, I go fight for the show.
Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this.
Balotelli,
Ladies taking me photo. Papa,
You know I'm a G, shawty, I'm always keep it real. I know they got too much wine.